Hello, we are live with Wanderlust in Wildemount. It is a great day here in this world, this wonderful little Mondays in Exandria world that we live in. Unfortunately, our dear friend Nugatosaurus is not feeling well. I don't know if that's because I had a bunch of dinosaur chicken nuggets for dinner, but I did not eat her. So she is fine. Just some of her extended friends and family may be in my belly. So we're gonna go around. We're just gonna say who we are and who we're playing. And get started for today. I am a carnivore. Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. Nobleman, philanthropist, investor, aspiring author. So many titles, so little time. So we'll just go, well, speaking of time, someone who's like a manipulator of that would be D20 coup de grace. How are you?
Yes, that is me. I'd like to place my vote for oddest intro. Yes, I'm D20 coup de grace, and I'll be playing Harlan Flipcloak tonight. He's a hobgoblin wizard and a diviner that specializes in manipulating time.
Fantastic. Someone who does not specialize in any of that. Shiny Pilot.
Oh, hi. Yeah, Shiny Pilot 26. I don't specialize in manipulating time, but Igor, he specializes in being a butler. He is a hunchback, half-orc butler who specializes in going to excess in everything he does when he can.
That's a special.
Let's do this. Hey, that could be a special trait.
You did go to Butler Finishing School, though, so I would say that is your...
It means my edges have been polished, but I'm still the same gemstone,
Excuse me. All right, and of course, we are very sad that Hal's not here today, but she's with us in our hearts. And someone who is here with us today, so they don't have to just exist in our hearts, is Producer Trav.
We're having a great day at Wanderlust in Wildemount. How may I direct your call? Yes, that's the only funny thing I have. Hi, how you doing? Funny? Question mark? I'm good. Producer Trev here. I'm playing Lamont Quinlan. He's a Kalishtar rogue who, before he was sent hurtling through the dimensional fabric of what have you in space-time, he was a family man. What's the word for it? Frank, help me out here. What was it called? Not an alchemist, but artificer. And we're just having a great time. Let's get it on. We're being followed, so I'm gonna kill people. Let's rock.
Because that's how that works. And of course, I will give it over to our fantabulous dungeon master. Deception check.
Hi, thank you. Yes, I'm with Harlan Flipcloak as most weird and concerning session opening by.
I don't know. We've had some pretty concerning ones.
Well, no,
Look, that's
pretty
good.
Dino
chicken nuggets for the first time ever.
I hope
like,
she's
in my
okay,
life.
but I ate all of her family.
I don't know. She's Nugatosaurus. I had dinosaur chicken nuggets for the first time, so
it worked. I'm just saying it was a weird opening, but
I'm gonna tell her
but
right
that's
now.
Okay. All right, just inform her that she might be missing a few.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Thank you. I'm Deception Check. I'm the DM here for our strange and wonderful adventures in Exandria. For Mondays at Exandria, Wanderlust, and Wildemount, we will pick up with our characters. They have decided, in trying to hunt down what has happened at Yellowcrest Manor, to check the bookstores nearby because there was mention of a book that played prominently in the journal that they read. It led them to a little nook of a bookstore called The Page Age, run by Anselm Wrightsworn, an old creepy gnome in leathers that just seemed like a
delight.
Like a I was going to say a soulmate of Wendell's, but I believe we've already proven that with that particular answer. After they decided to purchase a few books on information that they found at this lovely bookstore that they were in, Harlan noticed that there was a possibility they were being watched. Harlan's abilities to see the flows of energies and times around him as a divination wizard allowed him to notice that there were eddies in the flow of traffic outside. He didn't see the people per se, but knew that there were some out there. and informed the rest of the group thinking he was unseen. They immediately made a plan to try and find out who these people are, or as Lamont Quinlan says, kill them all. And so as they began to set their trap, a ghostly form poured out of Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwater, Hossfever the Fourth's bag and formed the ghostly visage of Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor, the writer, the author of the journal in which they've been investigating. She tried to tell them something, but she was shorn of tongue and unable to speak. And so in frustration, faded away, leaving the group standing in the bookstore, wondering what to do next. And that's where we'll pick up.
Did we try to incite her at the time?
No, but it's close enough that I'll let you roll an insight now.
All right.
Insight how?
No, insight Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can tell that she is anguished. She seemed truly upset that she wasn't able to speak. This may be the first time that she's been able to manifest as a ghost. You could tell that she, from that role, you're not sure if she had any ill intent towards you, but it looked like she was trying to tell you something.
And try to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yes, exactly. So that's what you think, Harlan.
Feared that spirit needed help.
Well, I mean, she did die most likely incredibly tragically and in immense amounts of pain. So I'd imagine that the spirit is a bit tormented, yes.
We don't have time for this.
True.
So are we just going to continue letting them tail us and then just play it cool? Or some of us going to do that and some of us going to do acts of vigilante heroism?
That's pretty
Don't
much
like
correct.
that music change. Does anyone else hear that?
I always hear that.
Oh. Oh, Igor.
He's always got music playing in his head. It's fine.
Oh,
What
not the
about-
specific track. Got you.
What about you follow him there, Lamont?
I need to get on the roof. Somebody needs to draw them out. We need someone to act as bait.
Hal kind of perks. Well, you said you wanted me to lead him around the back alley. What good's that going to do? What are you going to do, stab him?
I was going to stab him.
You know that's illegal in this town, right?
Not if they try to jump you first.
But what if they just want to talk or just follow us? What if they're just observing?
I don't know.
They may not have orders to initiate harm.
I'm just not a fan of being followed.
Is it daylight or night right now?
It's
Middle of the day.
Yeah, it's like lunchtime almost.
You hear a bit of some noise coming from the office where Anselm wandered off to.
Yeah, he was getting us a receipt.
And he comes like, oh, hello. Okay, I've got all your receipts here.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on to them because since I like you all so very much, you can bring those back.
Oh.
And I will trade them for any other books you might need.
And we
Especially
like
if you bring me some new books, that would be even better. And you gave me a pamphlet, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I'll look that over. Is it important?
I find it very important to my own life. To each their own, though. Some people dismiss it. I think you might find it up your alley, though.
I'll let you know. Where are you staying? I can send you a note.
We're staying at the Wasserin Manor.
Oh, upstart market merchant.
Yes,
I believe,
lovely young lady.
Hmm.
She does enjoy some good books.
Oh, well, you should bring her by next time then.
I should.
Maybe-
I believe Hal picked up a couple for her.
Oh. Oh, that was why you wanted the business. Oh, very wise, very wise. Okay. Well, then, have a wonderful day. Do not be strangers. Try to come back. And if you don't hear from me in a couple of days, come looking under the books. I might be caught again.
Will do. I will definitely be back.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much. You could see yourselves out.
Thank you.
And he goes wandering off into the stacks again, chinking with gold in his pockets from what you paid for the books.
Yep.
You probably shouldn't have told him so much.
I think he'll be fine.
The people following us might come in after him.
He seems like the sort of fellow who knows when to bite his tongue.
Well,
I wouldn't recommend biting the tongue, though.
No, Igor, it's an expression.
we should
Right,
move on.
we should move on. We should leave, yes.
Igor's perplexed. How is biting a tongue? Yeah.
I look over to Lamont. Do you want to take the carpet?
You guys go ahead. I'll count. I'll wait a couple of minutes. I'll change my outfit. And I'll follow who's following you. When you see me again, it won't be me.
Well, what will you look like? That way we know should we need to alert you of something. Telepathically.
I was thinking of masquerading as a bit of a dandy fop.
Ah, wonderful, yes. I'll be able to spot you that way.
Gonna try and be an understated dandy fop, though.
Right.
There's a lot of those in this town.
I've seen a fair share. Alright. Well then I suppose we should be off. Where would we want to go next? I believe.
Somewhere populated.
Alright. We've got a cemetery we could try to find. Should we walk outside the manor? I mean, that young lass did try to communicate with us.
I didn't mean with the dead. A cemetery?
People mill about, leave flowers and things, cry a whole lot. It's not 2 a.m. That's when I typically... If you're going to get mugged at a cemetery, it's most likely going to be in the wee hours of the morning. He says from personal experience.
Anywhere but here.
All right, let's go. Let's be off. There was that scroll shop, that the wizardy bobs and bits, the Sage Age. Perhaps we can go there. Pick up a firebolt or something. I don't know.
Master, what's a dandy for?
It's someone who dresses a lot like the mayor back home.
Oh.
Just slowly open the door,
I'll be right behind you.
half expecting an arrow.
Wendell will just, well, seeing your hesitation, he'll brush back, wipe a bit of the sweat off his brow with his handkerchief. I can't find my yellow ones. We have to hope Pink does as well. And then just proceeds to be like, all right, well, yes, let's be off. Ooh, after this next door, we should get brunch. Because he's like, we're supposed to play it cool.
I'm dodging right now.
Okay.
You're dodging? Okay.
No.
Dodge action. Just perpetual dodge action.
You're like
Okay.
diving and rolling everywhere you go.
Okay. All right.
Wendell's
That
acting as if
happens.
nothing's...
All right.
Matter.
It's the afternoon. It's a busy time. This particular area where the bookshop is right on a pinch point in a way. It's where wider roads kind of coalesce into a much thinner pathway. So more and more people are pushing through.
Is that populated here? Okay, probably.
I mean, it's not a lot of people, but it's a steady stream because they're moving between marketplaces. You head out and head in a different direction. Lamont stays behind, and you all just, the 4 of you, walk on.
Go with the flow.
Are you doing anything in particular once you leave? Other than dodging the whole way?
playing it cool. Maybe have a snack from my... Oh, I still have those kebabs. I finished my kebabs while I walk.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right. There's a big bunch of
Yeah, you bought all the kebabs.
All of them.
You bought
all
every
kebabs.
one of them.
Okay, Igor's still eating the kebabs.
Yes,
yeah.
more kebabs. Okay.
Because
Keeping an eye out.
Bendel knows not to eat in a bookstore, and so he put them in his bag of snack boxing.
So you start walking in the direction of the Sage Age, which
Yes.
is further along in the beaded alley, heading towards, in the direction of where the Yellowcrest Manor would be located.
Perfect.
But it's still quite a ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's step back inside and see what Lamont Quinlan's doing now in his foppish attire.
I transform my outfit
Into a neckbeard.
How dare you? This is a fedora, not a trilby.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's hard to see with the camera angle.
I would know nothing about chicken tendies or dinosaur-shaped chicken.
I only know
tendies.
about dinosaur nuggets, which are made from actual dinosaurs, and that's why they're extinct now.
Boom.
Far out.
Knowledge
So-
dropped.
He dons a bright yellow patterned shirt with like trees all over it. And
And this happens immediately as soon as you think about it because you're wearing glamour studded leather.
yes, thank you. Yes. And bright so just a really he just turns into a really ostentatious loud beach outfit. And except with long pants and like boat shoes and open at the neck and a big like a big hat, like a big like a sun hat.
So you look like a vacationing Ammonian.
That sounds exactly what I'm shooting for, but
Okay.
Lamont would not know that as such specifically. He comes up with like the most ridiculous thing he can think of, and he watches them go out the window for a while till they almost get out of sight, and then is there like a window I can hop out of on the side alley without bugging the shop owner?
No, the only exit you can see from the areas that you've explored inside the store is the front door.
Okay, well I just walk right out. Do I see anybody follow them before
Give me a
go?
perception check.
I would love to do that. I'm good at perception checks.
14.
That's not very good.
You know, it's difficult to tell with as many people as there are in this particular part of the town. But there are people moving in the same direction. You see several orphans walking in the street. They seem to be paying specifically close attention to the group. And
I'm sorry,
one of them
there's
looks
orphans
back and looks.
here?
Yes, there are
Market
orphans
hasn't
here,
been
street
cornered.
kids. So they look back at you when you step out of the store. But then again, you are dressed ostentatiously. So everyone is looking at you right now.
Yes.
He's so loud, he's invisible.
No, he's neon loud at this point. It's a glow.
I step out and like over my shoulder, I'm like, ridiculous. I shan't be shopping here again. And then I step out and straighten my yellow pattern shirt.
Mhm.
And,
What are the patterns on your shirt? I'd like to know personally.
like whatever exotic trees are native to Amman. But
I mean, if you're talking about exotic, it probably is some sort of palm, maybe.
yes, palm fronds and odd patterns
Okay,
and
maybe a pineapple or two.
like a pineapple or two.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Okay.
equivalent.
I know that shirt. I know that exact shirt, actually.
Yes, well, you live in Florida, so you could probably go down the street and buy one. So
Yes,
So
I think Tommy Bahama makes that one.
no offense, but close the Banana Republic, so I don't know where to go. But yes, and I just enter the flow of traffic following the group, and I'm walking along, and I'm carefully looking to spot anybody following them, and I notice there are children, scoping
Street
them out,
kids.
following them. Kids.
Street kids. I mean, there's a lot of street kids around. I mean,
You
they're around.
I just
they
walk
come-
around, and I'm looking around like I'm out of town. I'm from out of
Okay.
town. You know,
You
I'm
see them.
admiring-
You see them like step into alleyways, and then different street kids are here and there. I mean, it's just an amalgamation of a lot of different people.
Okay, I tail them and see if I can spot who's tailing them.
Okay. All right. So back to the main group. You are making your way towards the Sage Age.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your way there?
I suppose I'll glance about for people following us, but
Okay.
but also just in a what's about here kind of like if I see someone who happens to be like,
Okay. Give me a performance and a perception roll.
oh,
I wanna see
would
how well this
love to.
goes.
I'm not proficient in either of these. So I'm just gonna roll 2 dice and get it done at once.
I'm looking forward to this.
Pink
one.
will be performance and purple will be perception. Well, I said pink was performance, so that is a dirty 20, and then purple is perception, which is a nat 20, so 21.
Wow.
Dirty 20, nat
Okay.
20. I was not expecting that.
So
but-
you nonchalantly look around, and even Lamont can't tell you're scoping, and he's paying attention. I mean, you're just like over, like you're like, okay, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, one there. It's like Bruce Willis when he's going in to negotiate. He looks in and counts them in Fifth Element. He's like 4 on the left, 3 on the right, and then that part. That's what you just did. You see that you are being followed. You can definitely tell. Oh, because this happens over a span of 5 to 10 minutes as you walk. You're glancing and spotting, and you see the same 3 children. They are between ages 7 and 9, and they are specifically following the paths that you go. When you cross the street, they cross the street, or they walk up to you and stand across from you to keep an eye on you. So you know that some of the people that are watching you are 3 small children.
I make note of these poor, destitute orphans.
Of course.
They might need help.
They might. But you begin to arrive at the Sage Age. You see a 4-story spindly building that seems to look like it's going to collapse in on itself. It's wider at the bottom than it is at the top. It has a couple different spires and locations that probably shouldn't be there. Lots of glass, and on the front, you just see a placard with a round circle that's supposed to be sort of like Exandria, and then like a book on the front of it. It's old, it's cracked. There's dust in the corner of the windows, and it doesn't look like anyone's gone in there in some while.
I don't think this building is quite up to code, but we should see what they have.
What codes?
Building codes to make sure things don't fall down and hurt people. Anyways, let's go inside.
All right.
You step inside, and you see rows upon rows of scrolls and minor magic memorabilia type things. You see a brand name that you know quite well, the Mordenkainen brand of crappy magical items. Unfortunately, this isn't a Bilby brand store. This is a Mordenkainen brand store, so you know that only the best is sold here.
Only the best.
Yes.
This is like, hi, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
Yes, that is it exactly. No. That is it. It is. Yep. There you go. And so you step in, and like there's this simple kind of tinny, cheesy music playing that kind of repeats on like a 15-second repeat, so it's really noticeable.
I have concerns for the employees, Sandy.
You don't see any employees. There is a thin layer of dust over most everything. A lot of the products are still boxed. Mordenkainen's like minor magic hole. It's like it's a 2-inch hole that doesn't hold anything. It's all kinds of weird things like that.
Is all you need.
Okay, let's not go there today.
Sorry, you said 2-inch hole.
As you walk further in, a very tall, looking, bored man steps out. He's younger, thin, and introduces himself. Hello, thank you for coming to the Sage Age. I'm Jabari Kalim. I'd be happy to take you through the wonders of magic at the Sage Age. Please let me know if you found anything that you want.
Wendell looks around and then looks at this guy. Are you all right? I said,
Oh, only the happiest of people work
Oh.
at the Sage Age, for
I'm
we
so-
have the best
so
and
sorry.
most welcome parts of magic available to all those who wish to dare the magic and mystery.
I'll just telepathically tell him, I am so sorry.
He just looks at you and kind of nods. How can I help you today? What magical mysteries do you wish to peruse?
just some scrolls.
We have many scrolls
Ah.
of the Mordenkainen line of
Yes.
magical
Makes
parchments.
me wonder. Speak with dead?
Yes, we do have that.
All right.
Um,
And any of your ritual category.
no, please
Scrolls.
help yourself. And you see
Oh.
that there's an alphabetically listed like scroll case
God.
on the side. Like they're just.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those X out like kind of like wine
Yep.
hole, like they're just parchments are
Yep.
stuffed in there. Yeah. And each one is packaged, wrapped in like cellophane with a big M on the side.
What have we turned Mordenkainen into?
I know, all because of one bad, like a succession of bad rolls. And
He never
and a
rolled
two-
well that entire
No,
campaign.
he never rolled well, so now he's a joke in all of our games.
Ah,
If only he was like Bilby.
You know,
Only.
I'm going to redeem him one of these days.
One of these
one of
days,
these
maybe,
days.
but not this day.
Either
Not
he'll either
this
have to be
day.
a young Mordenkainen or ancient old man Mordenkainen. And so no mid
So-
Mordenkainen is
So whatever scrolls you're looking for,
Yes.
they are a little overpriced here.
ugh.
So we're looking at 50 gold per spell level,
Okay.
plus a surcharge of 20 gold.
All right, well let's look at Speak with Dead because maybe if we go talk with Sarah's corpse, we can find.
Did you
some-
actually tell Harlan this plan?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But you know, if I get the scroll and you say it's a terrible idea, we still have a Speak with Dead scroll for later.
Okay. You guys are looking for your scrolls. Figure out what it is you want and how
Oh,
much you're going
no.
to pay and take it off your sheet. Lamont Quinlan, you see your friends turn into this ramshackle 4-story building that looks like it's just a sucker trap for people that want magic items. And it looks like it's been treated so over the last decade. You notice that some of the kids you were following that kind of stood out to you kind of post up in different areas around this store, but you only see 3 of them, and they're just kids.
I want to. Is there like street food or anything?
Not in this area, no.
So it's tough to like kind of stand around without looking conspicuous, right?
Well, the kids, for you, yes, it would be difficult to stand around looking conspicuous because of your bright clothing. But the children stop and play. One of them starts panhandling. You know, it's easy for orphan street kids to kind of like inhabit a space and not look out of place.
Sure.
But you were watching them, so you recognize this.
I want to like look away from them, and I'm like admiring the buildings. You know, like I've never been here before. And then I want to telepathically speak to the one who looks the toughest.
Okay. It is the 8-year-old who's got a really nasty scar like down the side of his face that looks like it's still kind of healing.
Mm-hmm.
And he only looks toughest because he just looks like he can take a little bit more and is keeping an eye out for the other kids.
I want to say to him, have you found them yet?
You see him look around like really surprised. He doesn't say anything.
I'm watching.
You know, he looks over again, and you see him kind of make. Now, you will recognize this because while you forget a lot of times, you are actually a rogue. So you understand thieves can't.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see him sign, "We're made, run," and the 3 kids go in different directions.
Damn.
Did I get a really good look at him?
I did.
Dirty. He's just a little. He's a kid, but you can tell he's an 8-year-old with a nasty facial scar. I mean, that might be pretty easy to catch.
Man, I want to take off after that kid.
Okay.
I bolt after that kid, and while I'm running, I transform into the terror.
Okay, so you're going to chase after an 8-year-old in broad daylight as a creepy man in black.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
We're going to pause with everyone inside the store because this is going to be fun. I'm going to go ahead and give him his roll on his hide check as he's running. You see him break off, and you switch into your regular clothing. All right. He's got a little bit of a lead on you because you were kind of keeping your distance when you did this. He cuts into an alley. Yes. Got to get your...
I'm listening. Cuts into an alley.
Cuts into an alley. Now, what do you do?
Does he stop or does he keep running?
No. He cuts into an alley. Are you going to follow him into the alley?
You damn right I am.
Okay. I need you to make a perception check.
Okay. $15.
Okay. With a 15, you just catch him taking a corner up ahead. He's staying about equidistant away from you. It might be because he might be an early level rogue himself. So you're chasing after him. He knows you're chasing after now. You don't see any of the other kids. Do you continue on after him?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do anything else?
I want to try to catch up to him and get him.
Okay.
Run fast.
With your perception check, you hear a bit of a clamor behind you. Do you continue on?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, I'm rolling terrible for this kid. Okay, you turn the next corner. You caught up a little bit. You see him easily. He's trying to scramble up a building over a wall, and you catch up within 30 feet of him now. He gets over the wall. You lose sight of him at that point. Do you continue over the wall?
Yeah, I want to grapple up onto a nearby building and try and swing up over the wall.
Okay. All right. So your grapple does that. It gives you advantage on on acrobatics checks and athletics checks. So go ahead and roll me an acrobatics since you're swinging over.
19.
19. Okay, you clear it. Like your cloak of billowing is just flowing behind you. If it was nighttime, this kid would be crapping his pants because daytime he just thinks you're a freak. Well, because you kind of look that way chasing after him. But you are within a pretty decent range. He turns the corner. Wow. Okay. I guess you're just going to catch him because I can't roll. Roll me a perception as you turn the corner.
17.
As you run by, you recognize he stopped at the crates that you were passing. You turn around and are able to try and grapple him now. I need you to make an athletics roll.
7.
Wow. I did not roll above a freaking 8 on the last 6 advantage rolls.
Wow.
I gave him advantage on these because you catch him because I rolled a 6. And you catch this kid by the scruff of his neck. He's like, let go of me. Let go. Help! Help! Some creep's got me! And he's just screaming.
I want to grapple and bring him up to the roof of a nearby building.
Okay. Are you paying attention to anything around you?
No.
Okay, great. All right. You grapple and go to the top of a nearby building. He's trying to pull away. He's going to make another attempt to get away. Natural 1. Don't even roll. This poor kid. I gave him every chance.
Look,
but
kid
as you
wasn't
go,
cut to be a rogue, apparently.
as you go over the edge with the kid, you hear from below, "Stop in the name of the Zalazo! Come back! Did you see where he went on the roof? You go around that way." And you hear a small group of the officers of the law in this area surrounding the building that you just went on the top of. They were who were following you from the beginning.
Okay.
You're on the rooftop with a kid, and
time.
the Zalazo are surrounding you.
I get on the rooftop and like But they're around the whole building. They were
No, they're starting.
around the back.
There's a group of 4 of them, and they're spreading out around this section.
Okay.
To
Well,
keep an
just
eye
as soon
on.
as we get up there, I hold that kid with his feet over the edge of that building, and I go,
Kid, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Okay, first, I whatever your alignment is, it goes down 1
"Oh, come on."
because you've got an 8-year-old kid hanging him out over the edge of a building.
All right, fine. I set him down.
I was gonna say
you
the Ravenloft bad guys haven't done that to Bully.
No, you can do that. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying
Your alignment will shift.
alignment is not good anymore because a good person wouldn't do this. That's just my judgment. Not that we use alignment for anything. I'm just doing this for me.
I'm fine with that.
So this kid is freaking out.
Who do you work for?
I don't know. I have no idea. This crazy guy's gonna drop me. I don't know. He just gave me a copper and said, "Watch you."
Who did?
The guy.
What guy?
I don't know. Guy handed me a
Names.
copper and said, "Watch." What do you want? Let me down, dude. Come on.
I pull him close to me and bring him out so he's not over the lip of the roof anymore.
All right. He's going to try and get away now that he has his feet underneath him. You're going to need to roll opposed athletics.
Oh.
Can't get away. He rolled 12 that time. Still not good enough. Finally rolled 1 well. He's wiggling really hard. You can hear what sounds like maybe someone trying to climb up a ladder on the opposite side of another roof.
I produce I'm pretty much rich, right? I mean, I've got money.
You guys
on me.
have some money.
I produce like.
I mean, I don't know how much you carry around with you because money is loud and heavy, and for someone who's trying to be quiet and sneaking around at night and be the terror that
You
stalks the
probably
night.
have some gold or platinum pieces though.
Yeah,
on
you
you
probably
like,
keep some money on
separate
you.
pockets and things.
Yeah,
But I don't know you'd have a lot.
I'd like to produce 1 platinum
Okay.
and hold it up to him
And go, you work for me now.
No? You're fucking crazy. I ain't working for you. You can throw me off the roof if you want to, but I don't. No way, man.
You can be bought for 1 copper, but you won't do the right thing for 1.
That guy
platinum.
asked me to watch someone for a copper. You hung me out over a building.
I need
What
to
kind
know
of freak
who
are
that
you?
guy is.
What? I'm sorry.
I need to know who that guy is.
I
Could you-
told you, I don't know who the guy is. A guy walked up, gave me a copper, said, "Watch these guys. Tell me what they do." I didn't say. I didn't have him fill out a form and tell me what his name was.
So when you go back and you tell him what they did,
Dude, everyone in the city saw you chasing me. He's not going to talk to me anymore. I'll be lucky if I'm not dead tomorrow.
Good thing we know a perfect orphanarian for him.
Would you like to go to an orphanage in Amon?
We can get there. You get you there tonight.
So true though. Tonight.
You hear people clamoring up. You only have probably 30 seconds before there are armed officers of the law on the roof.
All right. I just hold him up and I hold him close to my face and I say,
you work for the terror now, and I'll see you again.
and I set him down and I want to jump to a nearby rooftop to escape the guards. Away
Okay,
from
are you going to
one
use
that's climbing.
Are you going to use the
You're damn
grapple-
right.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So you use the grapple gun, not a problem. It'll pull you across. You see the kid just staring at you, just shaking his head like, can't believe that this happened in broad daylight. The Zalazo, it makes the roof, sees you disappearing. Can you give me a stealth roll?
Yes.
If I can find it, I can't see anything,
Yeah, I understand.
23.
23. Okay. You, the 3 Zalazo who were in an angle to see where you were going, lose you in the rooftops, in the different angles of the roofs and the different little corners and nooks. You disappear.
Excellent. I descend to the street level and I return to my form as a dandy fop.
Okay. Do you try and do that stealthily, or do you just do that? You just drop down to the ground and turn.
Well,
in?
I'd want to do it when no one can see me.
Okay.
I want to get into like an
Well, you're
alleyway.
in broad daylight in a city.
Well, there's no alleyways where the jump with the trash and the thing. I can't.
Okay. Well,
hide.
you can do a perception check and see if you're alone.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
14.
Yep, you're alone.
Stealth
Excellent.
check.
I change my outfit to my ostentatious out of towner, and step out into the street and make my way back to that store they were going to.
So the exact same outfit you had on when you were following behind your group before.
Shit. No, changed. Yes, it's the same, but I changed the colors. Instead of a yellow shirt, it's like a magenta shirt, and instead of khakis, I'm in black slacks, and I just look like a palette swapped version of the guy.
Okay, so someone color switched you in Photoshop and put you back in the map.
Yes, I'm player 2 version of this character.
Yes, it's a new skit. It's the new evening wear skin of the Lamont Quinlan line. All right, so all this has been happening.
Yachting Lamont, sorry.
Inside the store, you guys have found the scrolls that you wanted.
Yes, yes.
Which ones did you purchase?
Oh, for sure, Speak with Dead.
Of course.
I've also, because if I know these are slightly overpriced and that we can get them in Amon for a little cheaper, not going to do a lot of shopping here because we have a door to Amon. But I also pick up Ceremony.
Okay, great.
I have more I'm going to pick up when I get to.
Harlan picks up what?
Wall of Fire. Maybe
Wall of Fire.
Or insurance.
It might be necessary.
Because it's a destructive spell, there is a surcharge of an extra 20 gold. But you guys money has no meaning to most of you, so that's fine. Did Igor find anything he liked inside the store?
Yeah, other than,
You did find a selection of brightly colored cloaks of billowing that look a lot like Lamont's, except they aren't like dark and brooding. They're just bright and colorful.
If he did, Igor would be looking at Monster with those. I mean, Monster of these rubbish.
I feel like
These look like
just a
mayor
tad.
clothes.
Just a tad, yes.
No.
Hold on. How many cloaks of billowing are there? Is there like sets?
It's really hard to tell because there's so much billowing going on.
They're sitting there on the rack.
Imagine the little floppy guys that you see at car dealerships.
The wacky inflatable arm tube man.
Yes. Imagine like 30
rack
cloaks
of
of
those.
billowing on a rack going off. Okay.
I mean,
Someone turned them on, and the store can't get close enough to them to turn them off.
Monster, what if I had this as a neckerchief? And it'd be like sitting there just like blowing the whole time.
It would be harder for you to eat.
You're right.
I usually am.
I'm good then. Igor.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the dark-skinned salesperson who seems to have lost his soul in the store thanks you for your purchases, and you step back outside to the commotion of people talking about a strange black-cloaked man chasing a small child into an alley, which is quickly followed by the Zalazo.
Master, somebody who's following us is now chasing children.
That sounds terribly tragic.
And
I have no idea who that could be.
And then you see an ostentatiously dressed Ammonian vacationing Ammonian standing over to the side.
I heard he wasn't caught by the guardsmen.
Oh, well, let's hope he doesn't. Well, thankfully, we don't have any children with us. We should be safe.
You should look for children out here for the orphanage, Master.
There might be benefit from the orphanage. Maybe I should open an orphanage here. I'll think about it.
All right.
Shall we head towards the Yellowcrest Manor?
Yes.
Yes, right.
Okay.
And then I'll just telepathically tell Lamont. Lamont, what manner of trouble did you get yourself into?
Found the leader, some kid with a scar. I shook him down, gave him some money. He works for me now.
When
Right.
you saw the 8-year-old with the scar,
Yes.
emaciated, underfed, dirty child with a scar on his face that looked like he's had a really rough life, and that's the one that Lamont is pointing out.
Lamont just terrified him. I'll just keep my eye out for that kid.
I'm pretty confident none of you will ever see him
Probably
again.
not. No. But if I do, I'm gonna offer him a spot. I'm gonna offer him to get him to Amon to escape that crazy guy who was chasing him.
So you start heading in the direction. It's cleared out a little bit over here because the Zalazo have kind of cordoned off the area, and they're talking. And then as you pass by the alleyway, you see them talking to a kid with a scar, and he's just like demonstrably, like lots of hand movements and everything. He's describing the entire event, and you see him nodding and going along. You walk for another 20 minutes. You're getting towards the edge of the beaded alley, and it starts clearing out a bit. And you come up on what you believe to be the Yellowcrest Manor.
I'll just hold half the journal out, in case she should want to share her traumatized screams with us again.
Okay.
What does the place look like? Is it upkept?
Look around.
It seems to be well kept. It is an older manor in the town, multi-storied, plaster-based kind of design, more of a Marquesian style of design, with clay tile roofing, wrought iron fixtures, plaster walls, light color paint, bright roof. It seems like a rather nice place. But it's not new by any means, and it definitely has had some wear. It's easy to find once you get to that location.
How do you want to approach this?
Don't know, thinking maybe we take a little walk about and see if anything jumps out at us.
It seems like the manor is inhabited right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know it's people are living in there that are not related to the Yellowcrest because they sold the place.
You speak of a certain spirit, I see. Well, you seem to be more in tune with these type of things.
Oh, I'm learning. It's a process. Perhaps maybe we can... Perhaps someone will recognize this if I have it out. Associate of hers, maybe they'll know where she's buried. If there was enough of her left to bury. I'm not sure how she died, really. Just take a little walk about.
Okay.
We'll stroll around.
You can't really walk around the house per se. There is there's a pathway up to the front of the house, but there are walls between the other houses around it, and the back of the manor is fenced off. So you can walk around the roads, but it doesn't really give you much of a view of the house itself.
Come out. Just quietly whisper through the book.
Lamont, are you still following them?
Yes, I'm following them.
There's a lot less people now, so you're kind of like one of three other people in the street other than your group. It's been getting like that. I mean, I'll let you make adjustments, but it's been getting there've been less and less people moving this direction because you're on the edge of town at this point.
Sure.
And it's mainly merchant homes in this section.
Well, I still look like a jerk, and I'm across the street, and I'm like pretending, I'm like admiring the scenery and whatnot, but I'm keeping an eye on them as they case this house.
Okay. You get a lot of looks as people walk by. Are you looking for anything in particular while you're there?
No, I'm watching them while pretending not to watch them.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so back to our main group.
Well, perhaps if we hail them and tell them we're investigating a murder, they might let us in.
The case has been cold for 5 years. I don't know if they'll just let us into their home.
Master, why don't you just give them lots of money?
Because, Igor, they don't seem to be lacking for money.
Maybe they're lacking in a kind word and a good pat on the shoulder.
Mayhaps, Igor, but I find that very few people look for that type of thing. Well,
It's hopeless. I don't know what to do.
I was really hoping this would jog something. It's kind of like shake the book a little bit. Well, I suppose we can. Hal was going to say her cousin, and she was wanting to see where her dear cousin had worked, but I don't know if she's ran off probably to check in on Nezrin or something.
Hal stopped when she saw the Zalazo and heard the story about, and she stayed behind there.
That makes sense. Okay.
Fuming.
Yeah, probably for the best. She's not here with us right now, for our own personal safety. Well, we can at least have an ask, I suppose. Knock at the door, see if anyone here knew of her, about her, or if any of the books were perhaps left behind. He did have an estate sale. You can inquire after the title.
Okay. So do you go up to knock on the door?
We'll go up and knock at the door.
All right. It is a large, well-crafted mahogany-style door. The knocker rings out, and you quickly hear someone coming to the door. You see a short, balding man with a warm smile and a fine mustache open up. He's got a faint smell of wine about him.
Oh.
He smiles. And he's like, "Oh, hello. How am I to help you this morning?"
Oh, yes, hello. I heard from a very good friend that this was the old Yellowcrest Manor. And I'm just wondering if you had time for a few questions.
Oh, well, I mean, this was the old Yellowcrest Manor, of course, but the Falgarst family lives here now, and they're not one for discussing such terrible stories. You understand?
Heard something. My cousin's brother-in-law's niece actually used to work here at the manor. I have her journal with me, actually.
Was she
Sarah.
killed as well?
Yes, tragic.
Oh,
terrible.
you say Sarah?
I do. Yes.
The ghost appears, pulling out of the
Good God!
of the journal. The kind, rosy-cheeked butler screams, "Ah!" and closes the door.
Oh.
Igor screams and closes the book.
The ghost is still floating there, and she's imploring, like she appears, and she just seems like there's tears running down her face, and she's trying to speak, but all she can do is moan.
Ghostbuster.
Can you write? Can I hold up a quill pen in her journal?
Master, don't talk to it.
Sarah, we know that the book, the retribution of the ancients is what killed you, but how did you die? Can you communicate?
She motions towards the book and makes a motion like she wants you to turn the pages.
Turn the page. She turns the pages.
You get to a point where she points at Lord Yellowcrest's name.
Yes. All right. Lord Yellowcrest.
And then she points at her mouth with the missing tongue.
He did that to you so you couldn't tell anyone.
And then she points at like does a across her neck like.
Oh. Messy, terrible business. I'm so sorry that happened to you. How can we help you?
Yeah, fine. Benjamin.
She kind of just moans regretfully, and just kind of like beckons towards the book.
Yes.
And then towards herself. With an insight check, perhaps you'll know what she's saying.
I'm actually proficient in that, so.
Okay.
The proficiency might help. Okay, 9 + 4, 13.
13. I was going to go with a 12 on that one, so that actually worked.
I was like,
she's trying to say that she's trapped on this realm.
Oh.
that
Well, if her soul's stuck here, I know we're going.
perhaps she and the souls of the others that were killed are trapped because they haven't been given a proper burial. Perhaps something along those lines.
Proper burial. So there is no.
She motions back towards the book and wants you to turn pages.
Yep. He'll.
And she stops at the point
All this
where
is happening on this poor people's front porch.
I know. And you hear the door being locked several times, multiple locks being put on.
Do I see this?
Yeah, you see the ghost appear.
Yes,
You definitely do.
Use this as normal. He's like, okay, you're speaking with the spirit now.
She stops you on the page with the symbol
Yes.
for the book you were looking
Yes.
for. And she points at that, and then she points at the journal and her.
I mean, so many different things.
With the insight, she's trying to say that book was more than likely the case. It was the cause.
Probably. That's what Wendell believed. He's like, yeah, that book is probably what killed your whole everybody. Alright. Well, and you all didn't get a proper burial. Tragic. You'd think that they would at least clean up the place. I suppose. Anyways. Let's see.
She starts to get wispy.
No.
Like she
where
spent
is
too
your
much
body?
time out.
Where can we bury you?
She shakes her head
Oh.
and slowly blows
Well.
away into the wind.
At least we got some confirming details.
Well,
You hear the door beginning to unlock.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Harlan.
I was just, so
And Wendell will be like, your spirit, it's fading. Oh, you're haunting this place because you never had a proper burial. I see. Like, loud enough to be like, I wish we could help you. So that way through the door they might...
You hear the
Here.
door crack, and he's like, is she gone?
She has departed for now,
He
yes.
swings open the door. Was that her? Was that Sarah?
That was her, yes. I would know my
I've heard all
brother's
the stories.
cousin's sister's daughter anywhere.
I don't believe that part of it, but still, I've heard the stories. Look, you're not going to try and bring all this back up I have to protect my family. The Falgars are very good to me, very kind to me.
Of course not, and they had nothing to do with any of this. It was the Yellow Crest. Lord.
Persuasion check, please.
yeah.
I'm proficient in that, and I'm actually have a stat in that skill. That'll be a 17.
Okay. He kind of looks at you
Rolled
intently.
10.
Okay. I know a few things. If you tell me what you know, I'll tell you what I know.
Of course, I just wished for poor Sarah to be put, terrible business that. Have her journal.
You say Sarah again, and you start to hear the moaning,
Ah!
but it's been so soon after she appeared again.
Best we don't speak her name directly. She's the place. Anyways, I know.
What do you want to know?
Oh, so in her journal, I saw that there was a book that the Lord Yellowcrest was reading called The Retribution of the Ancients. Have you heard anything about that book? I know
No. Nothing.
that nothing.
No. When the Falkers took over the house, all the possessions were
This had
gone.
already been left.
Lord
out.
Vialis sold everything and moved to a small
Did he?
village in the countryside.
Do you know which village?
See him thinking. Yes, it's called Greenfast.
Green.
It's just it's a day's travel to the south. It's a little farming village.
Lord.
He had a home out there. That's where he was when the family was killed. They all died on the same night.
Terrible.
Yeah. No one's ever told for sure, but I've heard it under.
He leans in like this is good gossip.
I've heard Lady Maria, her 3 children, and all 4 servants were stabbed to death and had their tongues removed.
That would explain why her ghost can't speak, doesn't have a
Oh,
tongue.
really?
Yes.
Really?
That's why the moaning is so intense, because she can't talk.
Oh, that's disturbing. That's very
Yes,
disturbing.
but
I'm-
it's true.
I
what
shan't.
you heard.
I shan't think about things like that. And you can see he's
It's
very
terrible.
interested in this sort
Oh,
of
I
stuff.
know. It's just such a tragedy. I mean, one should not, speak
You
too
know there were no
openly.
burials.
No
There were no funerals for the family. No one's
Even-
quite
even
sure
though they
why.
were stabbed to death in the tongues.
But that's the rumor.
Hmm.
It's
What did they
said
do
that
with the
perhaps Lord
bodies?
Vialis took the bodies to be buried in
In
Greenfast.
Greenfast. Well,
But no one can know for sure. And where are the servants? Why would he take the servants to Greenfast?
exactly. And seeing as how that one of the servants is a ghost, that leads me to believe that the bodies weren't interred properly.
Oh, well, wow. You are good.
Didn't
He
she-
looks at Harlan. It's like he's really good.
I suppose.
Love Harlan. Well,
See that strange man looking at the house across the street, the one with that ugly shirt on?
oh, I mean, the shirt is practically a crime against fashion, but I wouldn't worry about him. He's
Really?
just a
Why would anyone
opening.
wear something like that out? It's like an assault
I
on
don't
the
know.
eyes.
It is. Perhaps he doesn't
Oh.
want to be looked upon for too long.
Oh,
I mean,
he's
it
looking this
hurts.
way. Let's not talk to him. Let's not talk. We're not looking at him.
We're not looking
No,
at
we're not
him. We're
looking at him.
talking to him. No, no.
They all turned their backs and continued talking.
Well, thank you.
You know, Lord Vialis still has businesses here in town. I'm
Does
not even
he?
sure why he would move. I mean, I understand losing your entire family in such a horrible, despicable way. I wouldn't want to live in the same city, but I mean, or at least the same house. But he has tanneries and leatherworker shops and cobbler shops all through the beaded alley.
Really? Do you know the names of any of these?
No, I don't.
All
No,
right.
it's not really. I'm sure if you ask around, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I know that he's never been back to Port de Mali, as far as I could tell.
So
but
someone else manages the businesses here then?
quite possibly. I don't
Most
know.
likely. All right.
Maybe a
well,
factor or something. I know.
perhaps.
I know
Perhaps
the
a
Falgos
benefactor
have.
of some sort. I don't.
Well, the Falgos have many people who do their business for them.
It's true. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we're
Oh
going
yes,
to be
yes. I need
looking
to
into
make
this.
another inspection of the wine cellar.
Of course, of course. You wish to add a bottle to your inspection list, and he'll pull out one of the cheaper, like the cheap Hassenpfeffer,
Okay,
but it's still a Hassenpfeffer.
it's a Hassenpfeffer, right?
Yeah, and this is for you kind of thing.
Oh my, a Hassenpfeffer.
Yes.
I thought those were extinct here.
Oh, they're coming back.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
would enjoy this. And you see him just like in a back
What
away.
was your name, by the way? So I can let you know if
Arnulf.
people are put to rest.
My name is Arnulf.
Arnulf, wonderful to meet you.
Loyal loyal butler of the Falgos family.
Thank you. Have
Been
a
with them for
wonderful day.
years. You too. Toodaloo. Nice meeting you, sir, he says to
Yes.
Harlan.
Yes, very nice to meet you.
Well, I believe we know where to after the door closes, we walk down. Well, I believe we know where to go next.
I swear we meet a lot of odd people in this job.
Oh, I love it. I mean, it really gives you an insight as to how the mind works. Different idiosyncrasies. See what makes people tick.
Never really been interested all that much in people.
Well, you know me, I'm quite the people person.
You seem to have a flair for it.
Didn't used to. It's incredibly awkward as a child. But you could say my 30s were good years for me. And we'll just
Well,
we'll meet up and then, like, Lamont, we have a lead. telepathically.
Awesome.
Do we want to head immediately to Greenfast, take the carpet, or should we investigate some of the local businesses here to see who's running them instead? I mean, honestly, Lord Yellowcrest could be dead too, and it's some demon just taking his place or something.
Well, Hal seems to have busied herself with the guardsmen, so
Stay local for now?
I think it'd be best if we stay in town.
Alright, let's ask about those... God, tanneries? Shoe shop, maybe? That's working? Yes. Smell better than a tannery. Back to the beaded alley. You're
Ellie,
muted.
looking for tanneries and cobblers?
Yep.
Okay. How do you go about looking for that sort of thing?
I mean, that's how we can find the tanneries, for sure. Whew. Hey. Oof.
Now,
Just
you
a
find
pungent.
that the tanneries themselves are on the outside of the beaded alley, closer
Makes
to the
sense.
tumble downs.
Yeah.
No one noticed that, amazingly enough. Okay. And so you know that he mentioned tanneries, cobblers, and leather worker shops. Which do you look for the first? The tanneries?
Yeah, well, it'll be the easiest to find, won't they?
Okay. There's several tanneries. The first two you come to, amazingly enough, aren't the ones that you're looking for. They are not owned by Lord Vialis, but you do come up against one. It's nondescript, not even a name on the outside, but you can tell it's a tannery.
All right. He's bracing himself for the stench before we go in to ask questions.
You see you see the it's kind of like an open air sort of thing. You see vats of
Still awful.
curing liquid and different
Yeah.
things that smell occasionally.
Buckets
whiffs
of
back,
piss.
and it's
everywhere.
It's terrible. But you see an employee, a guy dragging out like a large unclean piece of leather, hasn't quite been processed yet. Kind of walks out front and he's kind of scraping off some of the hair, just like he wanted a breath of fresh air, which out for him, this is fresh. And he sees you. He's like, I can help you.
Yes, hello. Is this one of the tanneries owned by the Yellowcrest family?
Sorry, what?
This is one of the tanneries owned by the Yellowcrest family.
Lord Vialis, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. He owns a few of us around here.
Right. I was wanting to talk with someone about potentially distribution of leather. Who manages
Sorry.
the business?
Can't deal with that really.
I just need
Not really supposed to talk about that sort of thing.
How do you get business then?
Well, it's not my place to say.
Is there anyone I can
Lots of
speak
competitors around here.
to about?
Nope.
Can I insight check this dude? He's off. He's acting a
Sure.
little weird.
Go ahead.
I guess he's scared. Ooh, 22. What's his?
You
Deal.
can tell that he is not interested in telling you anything because he has been probably told not to talk to people.
Yeah.
You might
which
have to
is-
persuade him or bribe him to make him go against this most basic of intimidation.
Only we had the terror that would stop tonight.
Oh,
I-
good.
I'm missing this. I'm like kicking it outside this building, watching to see if anybody's trying to follow them in.
No, not. There's very few people along Tannery Row
Okay, then I go in.
because it's well, they're not really in. They're kind of standing in front because as you get closer,
Yes.
the smell gets more and more horrendous. If you guys go any closer, I'm running con checks.
It's bad.
It's very
Tanneries
bad.
are awful.
Imagine like
Terrible.
chemicals and urine
All right, I
in
hang
the
back.
sun
I still, but I hang.
And meat.
and meat.
Because
Yeah,
leather,
rotting meat.
Rotting
meat.
Yeah. It's a wonderful aroma.
Yeah,
You're all gonna.
No.
it sticks to you. Like you guys are gonna want to go home for a shower.
Yes,
So-
me as well, Igor. Me as-
So it's like, yeah. So, yeah, you probably want to go on and get out of here, you know, because no one here can do what you're asking.
Well,
He starts to turn to go back inside.
I think my coin pouch a little to see if that.
See him pull up.
That's really quite a shame because I was hoping to just, make a deal, perhaps even a bit under the table. But if you really don't know who I can speak
Well,
to,
I can't promise anything, but maybe I know who you could talk to if you were
Oh,
willing to maybe put a down payment on.
oh, of course, yes, the business endeavor. Yes, well, let's see, we're doing 5 gold be a decent down payment.
You must not be that interested in really finding out. He just turns around and starts walking in. He seems almost like angry that you tried to lowball him.
Wow, I thought 5 gold was pretty good for someone who worked as a tanner. Maybe.
There is a number specifically assigned to this, so
Interesting.
Oh.
Well, how much would be appropriate for a down payment in that? I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with the leather business.
He's just walking inside. He's ignoring you at this point. Yes, Harlan? You raised your hand. I figured
No,
you were.
no.
You're like,
Thinking. I'm sorry. I'm just
Come
thinking.
back.
Okay. all right, he's
Hmm.
about to walk back inside.
I'm not gonna Eldritch Blast him, so...
1,000 bits of me money.
Stop.
He stops. 1,000 gold. Well, I mean, you could buy half the shop for that, probably. Look,
Igor doesn't have 1,000 gold on him.
just give me 10 gold.
10 was
Just
gonna be
drop
my
it.
next.
Just drop it like if it fell on the ground. Just give me 10 and I'll tell you. Just leave me alone. All right.
Igor just doesn't know how to do this.
Wendell
Igor,
dropped
like-
10.
Yeah, I was to say, can Igor help first? Was just like money.
I don't understand business transactions.
He's like, look,
I
his
don't
name's
either.
Furl. Okay. He's an elf. He comes in every 2 weeks, takes care of everything, brings in the commands from the boss, tells us what to do. But you didn't hear that from me. Now, he's already come by here today, but he might still be in town if you go to one of the other businesses. I know there's other ones here. I don't even know who they are. All right. So, look, he kind of like shuffles over, grabs the 10 gold off the ground, and just like, I don't know anything else. Okay. Cool.
Who are you again?
Nobody. And he
That's-
turns and walks
Yeah,
inside.
that's, yeah.
Nice to meet you, nobody.
Right.
And you're standing out there in the stench that is medieval
What a
leather work.
wonderful place we found ourselves in.
Yes.
Monster.
The wind changes
Oh.
and a strong odor hits. I want everyone to roll
I'm-
con saves. I just
I'm
want to see
ready
what
to
happens.
leave.
Con save, con save. Okay, we got a 22 by Harlan Flipcloak, I believe. Yes, Lamont Quinlan with a 16. Okay,
I'm
you
not
guys are fine.
proficient.
You
18.
feel it in the back of your throat, but it stays down. 18?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been
Igor?
to goblin camps worse than this.
Oh,
Igor
Igor got a
got a
22.
We've
We've been in the
22, okay.
sewers before.
So it is horrendous. It is like rotten, rancid meat, urine that's been aged for weeks in the heat.
Okay,
It's-
permission to fail it. He's just gonna.
Okay.
Just clear it out.
All right, yep, you could do that.
Oh, monster should be nice.
Oh, it didn't come out your nose,
It
did it?
burns us. It burns.
All right,
us.
let's keep moving.
I just,
You walk away and you get away from the tannery, but the smell is still in your
Igor,
nose.
get your feather duster. Get the feather duster. We need to cleanse us.
Igor's like doing his own face, like bat.
So he cleans the smell off your clothes and off your skin, but it's in your nose. And
Yes.
it's like every time you smell it, like you get this hint, just this like whiff.
It's better than everyone
Reminder.
getting a whiff
It
as we
never
walk by.
stops. Monster, can we leave, please?
Here, well. Oh. Alright, Igor, but you might not like it. Pull out a bottle of hot sauce from his lunchbox of holding. Going to want to snort some of this. It'll clear everything right out.
Oh, Igor grabs the bottle and just head back like.
I don't even know what you rolled for that. Oh my god!
Probably roll for damage. There'd be some damage, but
what was that?
You know, I just take 2 points of damage and my pity for your character.
Oh, so it burns.
It just burns and it runs down your throat and down your esophagus. It's like burning into your lungs.
But his nose starts flushing at this time. It's just like snot and
sauce
coming up.
Red tinged snot running down your nose.
Igor tries feather dusting it all. Yeah, he's
I'm a little sick to my stomach from that one. Wow.
Well, he won't be complaining about the smell anymore. You can smell anything for the next couple of days.
Why does everything taste like hot sauce?
Yes, that's definitely going to be the case. That's what happens when you snort a packet of Sweet and Low, according to my studies.
But just to clarify,
everything tastes like Kool-Aid. Tastes like Kool-Aid. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We're gonna look for an elf business dude. Well, looking for the other leatheries and cobbler shops in the beaded alley.
Okay. It's not hard. Once you kind of know you're looking for Feral, and Lord Vialis' properties, to find one of the cobbler shops.
All right. Then we'll go inside. Look.
All right.
See if there's
little bell tinkles as you walk in. It seems to be a well-run shop, very clean. There are a few examples of different styles of shoes along one wall, and several sizing stations.
How
from
nice
the back,
are these shoes?
Oh, 1 moment. I'm sorry.
How nice are these shoes?
These are mid-grade shoes. These aren't something you'd wear to fine, but these are like really great walking shoes, as well as as like comfortable all the way around, like all the time shoes. These are not workman shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but they some could be used for that way. I mean, you would be happy with a pair of these shoes, but you would wear them to work in probably.
Yes.
Wendell would.
I was gonna say, I look at Igor's shoes. How are they looking? These at least seem like nice Igor shoes.
No, I believe he got a new pair of shoes with his graduation from Butlery School.
All right.
Now these are like fine shoes for Harlan. Harlan wears these shoes as like dress-up shoes. That's the quality difference, to give you an idea. An older, bent over gentleman comes walking out. Oh yes. Yes. Shoes.
Oh, they seem to be
wish for shoes.
Quite lovely, but actually we're looking for someone. Furl? Been by here?
He kind of squints his eyes. Why you asking for Farrell?
Business.
Well, you obviously know his name, so he hadn't been by yet today, but today's the day he comes. You'll see him out there. He has a carriage with a bunch of men with him. Comes by to pick up the pay and give out his orders. So, but I didn't tell you he's coming. And he turns and starts heading to the back.
You have a nice store that doesn't smell.
What type of orders does he usually have?
I pick up production, make me some shoes for Greenfast. I don't know. I mean, what do managers do for businesses? I work for him. He's the boss.
Right, thank you. And we'll have to be back for some of these shoes, perhaps on another day.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how things go with Farrell.
It smells nice.
So he walks to the back and kind of shuts the door, and you hear it kind of lock the latch.
Yeah, this is really suspicious. That's all I'm gonna say. Just really weird that they're all... You didn't hear this from me, even though this is a normal business thing with my job. So, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you do?
Go back outside, I suppose.
There's some skullduggery going on around this place?
Technical. There we go. For some reason, we're having a bit of a glitch, but I'm working on it. So continue on.
All right. So you're left inside the store. Furl is supposed to be on the way.
Mm-hmm.
What do?
Do I want to listen after he closes the door? What?
Okay.
Do I hear anything like him opening another door?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, not good at that, but here we go.
It's hard to hear anything over the sounds of business in the area. There's business. There's horses going by outside, general people talking. Igor still sniffling. Lots of noise locally. I mean, it's very difficult, but you don't hear anyone exiting the house, the shop.
All right.
Don't you find all this a bit suspicious, Harlan? They all seem a bit... I've managed businesses before, and people aren't... You didn't hear this from me, and locking the doors after mentioning the name of their manager.
I find every social conversation odd.
That's fair. Oh, and Lamont doesn't know how to deal with help. Oh god, I'm on my own. Well... Igor, do you find it suspicious?
His behavior, Master?
Yes, the behavior of the past two people, concerning their employers.
Everybody seems suspicious, Master. Very timid and smelly.
Oh, right. I was unsure of what you were saying till you said timid, and then I lost you again on smelly. But yes, it is suspicious. Perhaps we should wait and see for this Thurl. Perhaps he's more than meets the eye. Maybe he's in line with some of the local thugs, or I don't know.
How should we wait?
Nonchalantly, they're shopping here. He said he arrives by carriage with a bunch of guardsmen. So, I think that'll be difficult to miss.
Shall I prepare for combat?
Oh, I suppose it might be better to be prepared than unprepared, but I hope it doesn't come to that.
Lamont, where are you right now?
I'm across the street, and if you're telling me there are kids watching the group, I'm watching the kids.
Okay, these are just like apprentices. They're the kids in this area are kids that are working.
Oh, okay. All right. I make my way across the street.
Okay, so you're opposite the door to the cobbler.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you noticed that people, like you hear the sound of a large group of mounted riders coming on a slow trot, as well as a carriage. You can hear it coming up the cobbles in this area. And pretty soon, while your friends are inside, you see a 4-horse carriage with a single carriageman out front. It is a covered carriage, so you can't see inside, but you do see one general just horseman, as well as 7 guardsmen, 2 in the front, 2 in the side, 4 behind, guarding this carriage as it comes in.
That's a lot of people.
It stops in front of the cobbler where your friends are inside, and you guys were just about to step out to wait when you see this carriage. It barely fits in the road, especially with an entourage
Yeah, because you
like
mentioned
this.
there's hardly any carriages in town, which that's odd.
This one, it's you would have a hard time moving around in your carriage in this area, yet he rides in on it. The guardsmen stay on their horses, but take up positions around the carriage. I will give you this. It is very odd for a simple manager and person who is picking up picking up and dropping off pay to be guarded by this many people. They are well-trained looking fighters. 2 of them are wearing robes, though.
Interesting.
Combat in our current
Do
Do they
situation.
have any insignia on them?
None.
What's even more odd? Yeah.
Master, they look like the mayor.
They really don't. They're not.
But there are lots of
Rubbish.
people around
Oh,
and
that's-
high and mighty.
After a few moments, a tall, proud-looking elven man with a permanent sneer on his face steps out. He's well-dressed, and he walks towards the door and sees you inside and waits for you to exit.
okay. Well, I guess we'll exit.
He nods. I hope you found everything to your liking inside.
Yes, wonderful quality craftsmanship. In fact, I would love to speak with the owner about perhaps opening up trade of such fine goods to Amon.
Oh,
Yes.
these don't seem to be the quality of shoes that would trade for so far a distance.
Well,
You must truly like the quality.
I do indeed. Like they're just perfect for certain endeavor I found myself working on.
Really?
Yes.
What sort of endeavor?
Ah, well, you see, I'm a bit of a philanthropist, and I've been opening up some soup kitchens, and orphanages, and many of those people lack for the, basic necessities, and, well, the trick is getting them something nice enough that'll last them a while, but not too nice that they forget their place in society.
I find that most of our shoes from this particular store are purchased by employers wishing to shod their employees with comfortable
Yes.
yet non-flashy or
Precisely.
profitable
Comfort's
shoes.
important. Uncomfortable employees are non-productive
Blisters.
employees.
Yes, blisters on
Yes.
the feet mean no work done on these streets.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. Now, perhaps you can write up a proposal, and when I come back in a couple 10 day
Oh,
from our
Wait.
offices in Greenfast,
you're one of the managers.
I operate these businesses for my lord.
Magnificent. Lord, what was it? I heard something about this. Was it Yellow Spire? Yellow Crest, was
He
it?
squints. Yes, Lord Yellowcrest.
Yes. Right, well, I will
Starts
have to write
looking
up that
over
proposal.
Harlan and Igor. Lamont, where are you at this time?
So they pulled up. I
Mhm.
was across the street and walking over
right, and they
pulled
basically
up.
pulled up in front of you.
in front of me. And then, so this business is happening on the other side of the carriage
Mhm.
from where I am. I think he proceeds to chat up the carriage drivers.
Okay. Just
like-
one carriage driver.
This one, like, wow, look at these animals. They are gorgeous. Look at you. Do I get in trouble if I pet the horse here?
Sir, would you mind? I thank you for your compliments, but I would like it best if you kind of stayed away from the horses.
Oh, sure.
They spook easily with
Do they?
the crowd. Yes, sir.
Beautiful animals.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Denny. How are you?
Hi, Denny. Sham.
Sham. Pleasure. Carriage driving, huh?
Just
Look at
like
that.
this whole operation. Shame.
Yeah, it's my dad was worked with horses, and my brother Shim works with the horses, and I drive the horses.
Oh my gosh, what a lucky gig to be behind an
It
animal.
pays
like
the
this
bills.
all
It
day.
does. Yes, it pays the bills. It does.
Beautiful. So, are you part of a service, or are you?
No, sir. I work for the Lord of the Manor.
The Lord of the Manor.
We're
You
in
know, I
town
love
just to
be a
take care
lord
of some
a-
business.
business. Which lord is that? I'm new in town, but I'm trying to get to know everybody. Lord of which manor?
His name's Lord Yellowcrest. Lives in Greenfist.
Lord Yellowcrest from Greenfist. I'm going to have to remember that. Well, Sham, it has been a pleasure.
Nice meeting you
visiting
too,
with
sir.
Absolutely. And I make my way in front of the horse, kind of going.
You've got the eyes of the guards are just watching you very closely, like very sternly watching you. They do not dismount.
Okay. And I kind of go around the front of the horse, and then I want to nonchalantly, without engaging, I want to see what the group is doing since I couldn't see. So I'm just kind of.
They're speaking with a very tall, severe-looking elvish man.
I thought I was gonna hate him, but the more he talks about business, the more Wendell likes him, and that's a bad thing.
That is a bad thing.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Well, thank you for your time. I should let you carry on your inspections, I suppose. Managerial duties.
Yes.
And
Are you sure there was nothing else you wanted?
Wendell
Rather serendipitous?
doesn't want to cause a scene with that many armed guards here. So, like, no, that's all. Thank you for your time. Really did like those shoes. And he's going to put his hands in his pocket, and as he does, I do want a Prism of Power pamphlet to waft out.
Okay. Oh, so you dropped this. And he picks it up and hands it back to you.
Yeah. Does he look at it at all? Or is he just...
He glances at it and just kind of scoffs a little and hands
Okay.
it back.
Alright, well, he's not a believer, so he has to go down. I don't know. Oh, thank you.
I want to do something here.
He probably
yes,
works for
please.
someone else.
No,
Let's just
jump
put it that
in.
way.
Anyone. Igor,
Please.
what are you doing?
Please
While
jump
Harlan
in.
tells you, please, everyone else, do something.
I would like to
Yes.
nonchalantly
Now,
pluck a hair off Igor.
you'd like to nonchalantly pluck a hair off of Igor.
Oh,
Okay.
And then I want to place it on the elf's shoulder.
Oh, I will need.
You have some dust on your shoulder.
Okay.
Igor's looking like, why did he pluck the beard?
I'm going to need either a performance or a deception check.
All right.
Can I be assisting with my pamphlet as a distraction?
Yes. I will give you advantage because he is distracted.
Probably, he probably has a different benefit.
Yes, Harlan.
Why do you have to choose two skills I have -2 in?
I'm giving you the option. Oh, you can go with sleight of hand, deception, or performance.
I would
I'll give
prefer sleight of hand. Yes.
Okay, I'll give you those three because all three
Okay.
of those could be included
A
in
lot
what
of
you're
my
doing.
skills are 0s and 1s. I get it.
All right. I would like to change one of those to a 15, which would
Okay,
be 17.
a 15. Okay, so a 17. So you go and like you step funny and you start to fall and you can just see yourself crashing into him. And then like right as you're about to hit him, you right yourself suddenly and place right on there and dust off. And he's like, well, thank you. I just left the tanneries and they could be quite a noseful.
Well, you're looking great now, sir.
Those tanneries are awfully stinky.
He turns and looks at Igor. Looks back at the rest of you. Yes.
Old tanneries. Gosh. Yeah, I completely
Most
got rid of the
people don't
tanneries.
go anywhere near the tanneries. And then he walks inside.
You could smell it from so far away.
He seems to I'll give you passive insights on this one.
Mm-hmm.
He noticed that comment and is now wary.
Yep. But it's okay. Because you know why? He's traveling by carriage and we have a flying carpet. So.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're
but-
outside now. He's inside. You're backed by a carriage and 7 guards.
I think we walk down the street like we're walking away.
Okay.
I'll telepathically tell Harlan, what do you think about grabbing Hal and taking a quick carpet jaunt over to Greenfast while this fellow isn't there?
Oh, All right. I think that would be a good idea. If
Oh,
Well, he seems
Okay.
important. He seems like he knows things. Might be better to catch him off guard, and whilst, or perhaps, while Lord Yellowcrest is
we're not
unguarded.
the most inconspicuous characters, as soon as he arrives, he's going to know we're there.
Which is why we leave soon. And then
Push-
he'll telepathically tell the same thing to Lamont. If he sees Lamont.
Was I not supposed to mention the stink master?
Probably not, Igor, but it's okay.